I want to go to a fundamental point of PSD2. There is a lot of discussion about requirements, RTS, even a lot of discussion over the last year on security and how should it work. I would a little bit change the view what is really PSD2 and the access to the bank account in the end. We are very glad about PSD2 because in the past many people looked at us that maybe a TPP would be an insecure payment. But it's the other way around. I think payment initiation service will bring security in the payment market. If 100, I don't worry about this. I don't ask for a monopoly, but if 100% of all internet payments would be done over PIS, 99% of the European fraud would gone away. That it's the same with Ideal. This is not only for support, because paying with strong customer authentication with a trusted bank account, we think is and will be the most secure way of payment in the future. And coming to the position of banks, I think it's not only innovation, that's also the access. That means at the moment TPPs connect 200 million online bank accounts to 30,000 merchants for free for the banks. And we discussed this just in the beginning before the conference started, and we are really proud what we have done over the last year, and we are growing very, very fast. And in the last months we processed more than 5 million e-commerce transactions. But in the end we are a 34 million revenue company. That means if banks look at what we are doing and what would be the financial economics behind this, we should more be used as an incubator to connect the bank account. And I think banks in the end will have two options. They can either decide to isolate themselves from the digital world, creating their own frameworks. National, we saw even the PayDirect initiative only for Germany, something in Italy, in the hope that customers will remain loyal to their local bank and ignore the benefits of innovative new payment methods. Or they could opt for actively shaping the change in the European payment system. If I look at what banks can do and innovate, it's very simple. What is a bank account? It's a place where you can store your money. And even if you look from AML issues, it's a registered bank account. It's safe, it's secure, it's identified. It's AML checked. And if I would be a bank, I would open this and give consumers the opportunity even to store something else, invoices, insurance policies, or whatever's in my bank account. And I would build and create system which make a bank account a really great thing for the consumer. Why do I need an Amazon cloud? Why do a bank allow me not to store secret details in my bank account? Why does a bank does not offer a tax software in the bank account that I can make my tax statement in the end of the year? It's a software that is developed and costs on the free market 20 euro. Sometimes it's for free. I would create an environment in banks and would enhance and foster the bank account. And this is even with standards. And I'm a little bit afraid even in the EBA discussions, how we can limit it, how we can create a different standard. It should be open and common standard. We have common standard in the e-commerce. Why does it work? Because people rely on an SSL certificate. There are many common standards which work globally. And don't think about a separate technical system. And that is what I want to stress out. I think PSD2 is the last chance for banks to survive as consumer banks. That is really a strange thing what I say. But if I look to the US and I see what PayPal is doing, what PayPal is offering, and they are now live in 80 countries. Which bank is live in 80 countries? Yeah, you can get loans there, you can make payments even in retail stores. Yeah, you get even a payment card, and they are developing a bank. And in the end, TPPs connect, or PIS, or even AIS connect banks for free into the internet. And now we are at this stage, exact in the situation that we have to decide to fight a lobby war, lobbying at EBA for the next 2.5 years, then implement something, and then we are at 2019, 2020. But please look at the e-commerce, how fast it is. Google was founded in 1998. Yeah? Facebook was founded, I think, in 2002. We cannot wait, and we cannot wait on things that happen in 2, 3, or 5 years. The e-commerce is really fast. And to implement even a payment method in the, what you mentioned just in the beginning, in the purchasing process, it's a fundamental thing. And with a bank account, you have one thing in your hand, even as banks. You have an identified customer. On the merchant side, it's it's a bank account of a merchant, and it's identified even over a TPP. And you have a payment over an identified consumer account. And what does it mean? That even small merchant can rely on this. A small winery can sell their goods from Italy, maybe to the UK. And it's not a big integration. It's also a thing to bring the SMEs into the e-commerce. And that is our duty as banks, as payment infrastructure, etc. It's our duty to develop systems which, not expert systems, which only could be integrated by big corporates. It's our duty to deliver secure systems that small merchants, that small entrepreneurs can use to set up a small business and make cross-border business and build up an internal market. And coming back what you said with global standards, I totally agree on this. And that is, even we come here in the situation, what will be our next expansion? It must be outside Europe, because we see that many copycats started in the US, started in Australia. And what drives us? One thing is really fundamental. What drives us in Klarna Group, we want to build the first European infrastructure supplier for e-commerce. And you have only 4 infrastructures in the e-commerce. One is search, it's decided. It's Google. One is social, it's decided with Facebook and WhatsApp. One is marketplace, it's decided with Alibaba, Amazon, and maybe eBay. And the last infrastructure in the e-commerce is payment. And should we hand over this, if we don't work together, even to the American players with the big money in their pockets? And this we should also consider in the lobbying at EBA. What are the real efficient regulatory technical standards? You can have 2 approaches. Bring in nitty-gritty details of concerns and make it complex, and maybe the implementation is not in 2018, it may be postponed to 2019. But what does it help? It does not help. It makes our competitors more stronger. And banks are exactly in the same situation like retailers in 2000. And they don't accept. Yeah? And I was as a retailer. And I had this same discussion with the owner of this company. Go into competition. Open your systems. Oh, Amazon don't make profits, and Amazon will not be a competitor. And I have all these discussions. And only regulation protects in the past the banks not getting disrupted. But now all these companies started setting up banking license. Apple did it in Ireland. Facebook granted for a banking license. They have already started the process. And now the red race is there. Banks, together with payment initiation service, and on the other side, the closed loop environments. And that is what we have to decide. We have to think about this, and not only thinking about technical standard, and there might be a technical risk. We live from,
George, if you can wrap up.
Yeah, we live from security, and we believe a payment fundamentally based on online banking is the securest way of initiating and doing a payment. And it's traceable. It's even traceable for oversight authorities. And that's what I want to stress out. And it's easy. It's only 2 or 3 parties are involved. A PIS, who makes the connection, and a merchant account and a consumer account. Nothing else. It's easy. And I know that many business models infected from processors don't like what PIS are doing because they are not needed in the end. But please look from a different angle at the issues what PIS can deliver to banks in the future. Thanks.